The next step is to make this frame for the leaf spray. This is a simple arc bender, and there's a YouTube video that shows how to make this and how to use it. For the frame for the leaf spray, I'm using 2 pieces of 3/16 inch RG45. These are 36-inch lengths. Placing the rod in between these sets of washers and applying pressure. What I want here is a very shallow curve, a shallow arc. Now I need some circles, and what I'm using here is a paint can that I've filled with some pre-mixed concrete. For these circles, I'm using 1/8 inch RG45. Again, this is a mild steel welding rod with a copper sheath. Now you might not have a paint can filled with concrete, although this is an easy way to make diameters for forming circles. You can also go to the hardware store and buy a section of pipe. Drill a hole, put it in a vise, and you're ready to make circles. Here I am using a pair of bolt cutters to cut the circles apart, and then cut them into sections so that they will fit into the frame for the leaf spray. Laying out the frame for the leaf spray. And again, this is just a matter of taste. I've done a number of these, and I doubt if I've ever done 2 that were exactly the same. You can see how I've got these laid out, and now I'm brazing all the parts together. For the circles that I cut apart with the bolt cutters, I use these for 2 reasons. One is for decorative. They add to the design. And the other is for support. When they're brazed up against the 3/16 inch rods, they provide a lot of support, making the frame much stronger. And I do like to melt the ends of the 3/16 inch rods so that there's not just that abrupt end with the cut-off rod. And melting them balls them up and gives them some interest. And now for the layout for attaching the branches. What I'm going for here is balance and fullness. In brazing the branches on, I'm particularly conscious of where the torch flame is. I don't want that torch flame to hit one of the leaves. That would discolor it, which means that I'd either have to take that leaf off or the whole branch off and wire brush the leaves again. It might appear that I know where each branch should go, but I can assure you that I'll be moving one of these branches up or down, repositioning it until I get it the way I want it. For this branch, I'm going to braze it right on top of the 3/16 inch rod, as opposed to, like I did with the other branches, putting them on the side. And I always find this just a little tricky to balance it right on there. Now I've turned the spray around, putting the 4 on this end, the 4 branches. And what I'm trying to do is to get a mirror image so that the ones on this end, the end I'm working on here, are reversed from the other end. So a mirror image. This generally takes some positioning. It doesn't go together on this end quite as easily as the other end, since I'm trying to get that position so that it is a mirror image. And now, to hang the piece, I need some hooks. Here I'm using 3/32 RG45, forming the hook, and I'll make 4 of these, and then I'll put a dab of bronze on the end of each hook so that they're ready to braze right onto the spray. Attaching the hooks, and I'm going to put 2 hooks on each end. And as much as possible, I like to get the hooks in behind something so that they're not visible from the front. Now actually it only takes 2 hooks to hang the piece, but by putting 2 hooks on each end, it gives the person some options. For example, if they want to hang it at an angle or vertically. And here I'm just kind of melting the ends of those hooks so that they're not sharp. And now for cleaning the piece up. Here I'm using a wire brush on a die grinder, or you could use just a regular handheld wire brush. I'm wire brushing, for example, where the hooks went on, or where anything is brazed, any brazed joint, cleaning the piece up. And one of the comments I had so often when I had my retail shop was how clean my pieces look. So customers really do notice this. Taking that extra time to make sure that every brazed joint has been wire brushed, it really does make a difference. And the final step here is putting a finished coat on the leaf spray, using either a clear lacquer with a spray outfit, or in this case, Krylon Crystal Clear. Hopefully, you can take this basic design and then begin adding your own creativity, coming up with different leaves or using different materials. This is an easy piece to do, and the material costs are minimal.